Hey friends, Megan here. Welcome to another episode of the Website Conversion Lab. I would love to introduce you to our brand new website. This is our new look for 2020. But before I dive into some of the details about why I made the decisions I did, I want to just give you a little heads up. If you hear a funny noise that sounds like snoring, I'm actually baby wearing our newborn Claire. And if she cries, I apologize for that. Anyways, moving on. This video of the Website Conversion Lab is going to talk you through how I made the decisions I did for our brand new look, because honestly, having a brand new look is really fun, but it was a very calculated effort, and I want to explain that to you. So hopefully today in your website, you can go back through the pages of your website and think, is this actually achieving what I want it to? Is it converting on my goals? So hopefully by hearing how I made the decisions I made, it can inspire you to go back to the pages of your website and see where you can tweak or shift to better help you connect with your ideal customer, convey what you do with confidence, and make the sale on autopilot. Because that's what I'm all about, right? Creating a website that converts. So I'm going to go over 3 new concepts with you in this episode. The first is my homepage and how we shifted and worked to create it in a way that would accomplish my main goals. And the second is we're going to talk about personalized experiences and how to create those on your website. And the third thing we're going to talk about today is how to create a new blogging experience to kind of refresh your blog in a way that is current with the times and how people are using websites. Okay, let's dive in. So here on the homepage, if you have been around MMC before, you know that our 2019 website was, you landed on the page and the first thing you saw was the shop. So I'm going to click here real fast. This is an example. The shop looks very, very similar the way that it did in 2019. It's just refreshed to fit into our new website design. But in 2019, my main goal was just sell products. Just get these products out there, build awareness around the fact that I shall sell exclusive show website templates and how my website templates might be the right fit for you. So really all of 2019, I focused on shop efforts and it was my main goal. And guess what? It worked. In 2019, my shop grew. It doubled in revenue since the year prior to that. So obviously my website was working for me and doing what I needed it to do. Now in 2020, the reason why we made the shifts that you'll see here on the homepage is because in the fall of 2020, I launched my signature course, Websites That Convert, and it's a self-paced course to help you walk through step-by-step my formula for how I figured out to help people make their website work and flow to convert and make the sale on autopilot. And it works for service-based businesses, for product shop owners, and for people even if they don't know how to create graphics or code. It is essentially learning my strategies behind, just like this I'm walking you through, like the website that I designed for myself and the websites that I design for my custom clients. I really walk you through all those strategies that I use to ensure that my websites are set up and designed for conversion in mind. So when I launched that in the fall, I knew that my website needed to shift a little bit because my main goal has shifted along with that launch. The website That Converts course launch in the fall did really well. We were so excited to bring in the new students that we brought, and it really validated for me that that course is a product that people need and want. So instead of just having a website that was shop focused, I needed to create a website that highlighted my shop, continued to put the shop at the forefront because that is, a majority of my business, but it also needed to allow people to prepare for when I launch my courses or when I put my course out there for people. I wanted them to be able to connect with what I do, and really feel like they are able to be served either through a website template if that's where they're at in their business and they're ready for a refresh on their website, or if they really want to use what they have and just help, or just have my help to enhance it to make sure that it is converting and it's not just a pretty face. So that's what this homepage refresh and website refresh was really all about. And so the website homepage works to start that process for people who show up to my door. So you'll see that on the first canvas, before you ever scroll down, there's a lot of big, bold copy. And that is the first thing I want to draw your attention to. And it is basically objection busting copy right off the bat. So my whole unique value proposition is that I help people build websites that sell on autopilot, whether they use my templates. The templates are built to help people convert, or if they buy my course. The course is obviously going to teach you how I create a website that converts. So that is my unique value proposition. Boom, right there in huge bold text. Build a website that sells on autopilot. And then I start busting objections right off the bat. And I say, yes, it is possible for service-based businesses, for product shop owners, for you. And that really answers one of the biggest questions that I get about my course is, who is this for? Is it for me because I sell services, or is it for me because I sell products? And what I work to create in the course was resources for both business type owners. So I really wanted to answer that question right off the bat, that I can help both of you. I've been in both of your shoes. I was a wedding planner for 5 years. I absolutely know what it's like to be a service provider, and I continue to take on custom clients in terms of website design these days. But I also sell products, so I truly know what it's like to be a product shop owner and what needs to happen for that website to be built to convert. And then I continue to answer the next biggest question is, hey, I don't know how to code. I don't know how to create graphics. Like, how is this course going to help me? Because I can't do any of that. So I immediately kind of bust that objection right off the bat and help you understand that I am here to help you, whether you are a newbie in website design or you're actually somebody who is a brand or a website designer. I can help you learn the strategies that I use in every single one of my websites to set them up to convert. And so then you see a big bold button, and that is one of the biggest things I teach my course students, is that your calls to action should be pretty bold and big and stand out, and it says enter the conversion lab. Now on the homepage, one of the most important concepts you ever need to learn is that you need to send your visitors to the next logical step to convert on your goals, and that's what this homepage canvas above the fold does. It works to immediately capture your attention, and the goal of this big huge button is to get you to go in the next logical step so that you can create the action, work to create the action that I want you to do, and that is to take the quiz. The quiz is the next logical step on my customer journey to help you basically work through these statements right here for service-based businesses, for product shop owners. And even if you don't know how to code or create graphics, if you take this quiz, you're going to see when the end result populates for you that I start teaching you my strategies and showing you how this works, no matter what business industry type you are, or if you don't have any experience in this website and techie stuff. So I want you to take the quiz. So that is the button that I send you to, and it's bold and it's big and it's out there. And that's the first point that you need to know about this in this episode of the Conversion Lab, is that on your homepage immediately in the first canvas, you need to send your ideal customer, your website visitor, to the next logical step of the customer journey. And that's what this does. You'll see if you scroll down, I've got a little bit of social proof going on here to kind of show that I am legit. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just making this stuff up. You'll see down here You kind of can choose your own adventure, and that's a thing about this website. Like, I've really worked to create personalized experiences throughout this website, which we'll talk about next. But it really kind of, again, remember, I have two main goals. I sell website templates as products, and I also have a course that I want to connect people with. Whether or not that course is actually for sale in the moment, I need you to know that I can help you do this at some point. So scrolling down, a little more social proof, and then boom, another canvas, a big and bold canvas. You'll see it's the whole size of the window, and it has a call to action. One of the biggest questions I get on the homepage is, how many calls to action is it okay to have? And the answer is, you need to have as many as you need, but not too many to where you are, distracting people and making people feel like they don't know where to go. But the other point that I want to make with calls to action on the homepage is, I feel like even in our websites in general, I feel like we're so afraid to duplicate content, right? Like, we feel like every new canvas needs to be something new. It needs to be a new concept, sending them somewhere else, giving them a peek at some other page on the website that they might want to go to. Now, you'll see I did that up here with these sections. I need a new website. I need help with sales. Those do point to different spaces. Well, I need a new website does. The I needed help with sales goes to the quiz again. And you'll see it's going, the third call to action button that I have on the homepage sends visitors to the quiz. That's because my main goal is to get people to take the quiz at this point right now, as I've launched my website as of January 2020. I want people to take this quiz because it introduces them to the fact that I do know how to create a website that converts, and I can help them where they are at, and I want to do that for them. So my encouragement for you is, go back to your homepage and look at it. Are you sending your visitors in 150 different directions? If the answer is yes, is that actually helping convert on your goals? And if not, I would challenge you to rein it back in and even duplicate calls to actions to the same exact place. And you'll see I've done it in different ways. So up here, this is like really objection busting. It's really a strong hook type of copy. And it's really built on curiosity, where I say, curious, start here. So down here, in this canvas, it's really straight, it's really direct and to the point. Here's the conversion lab. The goal of the lab is to turn your website into a conversion machine, and I explain very clearly what they're going to get if they click this button, take the quiz. They're going to get a tailored step-by-step plan on your unique business to help you tweak or create your website to convert. And by doing this multiple different ways, through this canvas, through this, cheeky I need help with sales, through this bold hook type copy up here, I'm engaging with people in different ways depending on what is going to capture their attention. But still, the main goal is to get people to the quiz. So it's okay that I duplicated a call to action to the quiz multiple times. And I just want to encourage you to look at your homepage through that lens. Do you need to rein back your calls to action to make sure that you are actually getting your viewers to the next logical step of the journey, and not just, showing all the fancy bells and whistles that your website may have? You'll scroll down, you'll see I do send them to other places, and the only reason I've done that is because someone may have never met me, and I need to, introduce myself. I need to show people who have never met me that I didn't just wake up and start doing this. I have experience and I can help them. And so my story, my about page, helps connect those dots for people who are like, hey, I don't know if I'm necessarily ready to trust you and your opinion, or you and your advice. So there is another call to action, but it's purposeful and it's methodical to help connect dots for people who have never met me yet and need to do a little bit of relationship building before I start giving them a bunch of advice. And then finally, again, reiterating my shop as another final call to action. So, hey, if you're not, wanting to, or if you're not a place to take my course and you're actually here to buy a product, it is still a big goal of mine in my business. So this canvas kind of points to that main goal. So go ahead, hop over to my homepage if you want to. If you have multiple goals in your business or you have multiple facets of your business, hopefully my homepage can kind of help you, maybe inspire you of how you can build your homepage to make sure that it is converting on your main goal. Whatever your main goal is at that time, it does convert for that, which is for me, like I said, the quiz, but it can also support, some secondary goals, like for me, making sure my shop is still at the forefront of people's minds. So there's the homepage. Let's click to the second thing I want to talk about today, and that is creating personalized experiences through your website. If you read any marketing trends report right now, they're going to tell you that people want personalized experiences. People don't want to feel like they're another cog in the wheel. They don't want to feel like they're in this automated sales funnel experience. They want to feel like you actually care about them and you connect with them, which I am 100% all about. I love actual real connection and not, fake drummed up type of connection. So, hey, I am all about this movement of trying to create a marketing campaign that is more personalized for your visitors. It's one thing when you are talking to a very niche specific group, it's really, really easier for those people to create a personalized experience, right? Because you're just talking to like maybe one person or one type of person. But for me, I'm talking to sort of a wide variety of people. I have a lot of people who are of different types, like service-based or product shop owners. And even in product shop owners, I've got physical product shop owners. I've got digital product shop owners. I've got people who resonate as a multi-passionate business. They, like me, sell services and products. And I've got people around my door that aren't necessarily launched. They're not actually in business. They're gearing up to start a business. So I needed to create an experience that could connect with those people and really create an experience that would be able to allow me to talk to them specifically and individually. It's hard to create a personalized experience if you're talking to 9 different people, right? But if you can figure out a way to use your website, just like they encourage you in your marketing campaigns, if you can figure out a way to use your website to create a personalized experience, I think it's going to really take your website up to the next level and just take it up a notch. So that is what I worked really, really hard throughout the whole entire 2020 website, was to figure out how can I make this a personalized experience. So the first thing that I did was create the Conversion Lab. And I know we already talked about what that is. It's a quiz. And I know quizzes aren't brand new. Quizzes have been around a little while now. But it's not like your typical, just silly fun quiz. It actually has really valuable resources on the back end. And the whole quiz was conceptualized and built to be able to, again, connect you with resources and education and advice that is super, super laser focused for who you are, where you're at in business, and what you actually do. So you'll if you take this quiz, you click this button right here, it enters you into the Conversion Lab, and there's only 8 questions, which seems like a short amount of questions to be able to produce that kind of result, but it does work. I promise. I've gotten people to test it for me. But these quizzes, as you answer the question, it has correlations in the back end of the quiz that work to populate a result for you that make sense for your business and your level of business. So let me just type in real fast one of the results. Cool. So here is one of the results page that you can see. So if you were to take the quiz and you were building a digital product business, there's different levels again for these categories. But this is one of the results that populates. So if you were building a digital product business, say you're selling templates like me, or PDF downloads, or stock images, courses, anything like that, it's gonna put you into a digital product category, and then based on your answers, it'll also populate what level of business you're at. And as you scroll down the page, there's some connection building points. You may be in the building phase if you resonate with any of these, bullet points. There's, the first step to higher conversions on your website. It populates content for you to immediately off the bat to check and say, hey, am I hitting these check boxes? If not, let's go back to your website and take a peek. It introduces me to you if we haven't met, gives you some resources that are tailor curated for your level of business and what you do, and also gives you further reading throughout my website to, give you even more advice that is tailored for you. And if you are interested in our templates, we give you, I've handpicked templates based on every single result that would work for you. So that shows you what the quiz is and how, there are 9 results here. And this is a pretty large website page. So it seriously did take a lot of work to build this quiz. This wasn't a quick one and done, let me create some questions and some answers and make this just a really fun experience. It's actually a very large project to create something like this. But I really am excited about it and really love it because I think it actually does, help to laser focus in on who my ideal customers are and really meet them where they are, as opposed to trying to talk to, multiple different types of business owners in one space. It's just too hard, and I can't get focused enough when I'm trying to talk to multiple people in one space. So the quiz works to really start off this process of a personalized experience on my website. You'll see that I've continued the personalized experience in other spots of the website. If you look and you're kind of looking through this lens, okay, where has Megan created personalized experiences and touch points? One of them is on the resources page, where if you click this more, you'll see free resources is right here. So that's one of my pages in the menu. And so immediately right off the bat, you'll see as you scroll down, after you read this copy about what the resources page is and what it is set up to help you do, I have kind of a choose your own adventure again. It says explore resources just right for you. And you'll see that these 3 buttons, if you click them, they bring up multiple different pages. I'm talking, let me show you what I'm talking about. You scroll all the way down. This is a lot of content again, and they're each all created differently depending on what phase of business you're in, which also correlates to the quiz that I created, right? You've got eager to start. Those are the people who haven't yet started a business but know they're wanting to do this. People who are in the building phase, we kind of just looked at one of those quiz pages. Those are my friends who are really, they've launched recently, either in a year or a couple years time frame. They've seen some traction, they've gotten some business, and now they're really working on growing their brand presence and trying to take this to the next level of actually allowing their business to, cover all their bills, cover their replace their corporate salary, whatever it may be. My growers, they are people who have reached that level of, I've replaced my corporate salary. I've seen really good success. I know what I'm doing. I have, I have my service or my product business or whatever. I've seen success for that, and now I'm ready to scale it. I want to take it to a level that I haven't been able to yet. So those are my growers. So the quiz creates these results based on your answers, and it puts you in these categories. And then across the website, I reiterate these categories. That way you can kind of start connecting all these dots, and you really see, okay, I am working to create a website experience for you where you can know, okay, hey, this is where I'm at right now in my business. And so I don't need to take in every single thing on your website. I mean, sure, you can click through all of these things and take them all in. But if you know your result, you know where you're at, the resources page further reiterates not reiterates, it gives you even more resources. It gives you even more help and advice based on your level, which correlates to the quiz. It's all about this personal experience. And you can see if I refresh the page, say you don't click on a button. Again, I'm all about hitting my main goal. I'm all about pointing people to my main goal. If they don't know, if they're like, okay, Explore resources just right for you. Here's these 3 levels. I don't know what to click. If you scroll down, the next canvas solves that problem for you. Hey, you don't know which level to choose? Let me help you with that. Here's the quiz. And remember, my main goal right now is to get people to go through that quiz so that they can be introduced to how I can help them. So that's the first thing. If you haven't taken the quiz and you don't know which level you should choose, it's there for you. If you have taken the quiz and you've seen these words, this kind of language of eager to start, building, or growing, then you're going to know right off the bat which one to choose. So that's another example of how I've created a personalized experience and how you can work to create a personalized experience on your own website. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about in the Conversion Lab today is it's continuing on this concept of a personalized experience, but blending it with the blog. So when I went to create the new website, I really wanted to, take a step back and not just create a blog like I've done in the past. I really wanted to think through how can I create a new concept for blogging and blog exploring based on how I believe that people are using blogs and how I hear people are using blogs these days. So it kind of blends this idea of the personalized experience with taking blogging to a new place. For example, a lot of people tell me they think blogging is dead, like blogging is not useful anymore. I know a lot of, specifically in the wedding industry, a lot of wedding blogs have closed down recently, which is a huge bummer for the blogging world. But I truly do not believe that blogs are dead. Number one, I have customers who are buying my blog template, so there's still bloggers in the world. But number two, blogging is still a fabulous way to create a space on your own website where you can show that you are an expert. You can show that you know what you're doing. You can connect with your customers through your blog. You can use your blog to convey authority in your industry niche. You can use your blog to, show social proof that people actually are hiring you or actually are buying from you. You can use your blog for brand building. You can tell stories of your work or processes. You can show behind the scenes. There are lots of ways that a blog is still very, very valuable in 2020. And I don't think that blogging is going anywhere. I don't think that content marketing is going anywhere. I just think that you've got to be able to innovate. You've got to be able to innovate as people are, trying new things. You've got to be able to innovate as people are using the internet in different ways. And so my whole goal for the blog experience in this new 2020 website version was to figure out how I can tap into some of that, those changes and those shifts in the way that people are using the internet. So you'll see right off the bat, I really am just working here to create a little bit of authority. And as a blogger, I've been blogging for a long time. I've been blogging since 2014. I started my business in 2011 as a wedding planner, and started blogging in 2014 when I kind of started the branding and website facet of my business. And I was sort of, going into a multi-passionate business model. And since that time, I've also been speaking on, the things that I've been learning and how I can help people create websites that convert. And, I've spoken on marketing and lots of different things. So this canvas, you'll see, it's all about authority building and just showing, hey, I've been doing this a long time. That's what 2014 is about. It's showing you that I've been doing this for a while. You'll see the images show you that I've been speaking about this. So I would encourage you to think about your blog not just as like a friendly hello, which it is. It does have a huge component of connection in blogging, but how can you work to also show that you have authority in what you're doing? So this is a simple way you can do that by just creating a header canvas that shows maybe how long you've been in business or how many clients you've served, or maybe the award that you have won about that relates to this, or the education that you have that you can back up your claims with. Authority building is really important in your website, and I think it is important in your blog as well. If people are going to sit down and read the words that you have to say, how can you make sure that you are showing them you actually have authority in this and can connect with them in that way? Got a little social proof. Again, if you there's a blog post, I'll link it here, but it's all of this is coming from the book Influence: Psychology of Persuasion. Social proof is a really powerful tool to use on your business, and I'm really thankful for the people who reach out to me and give me testimonials and thank me for my emails and thank me for my blogs. So using social proof even on your blog, I think, is a really powerful way to connect with your potential customers. And here you'll see that the personalized experience starts to come in, where before, my blog was literally like just a traditional blog where you just click the blog link and a bunch of articles populate, right? Which is cool. It's the way people are used to seeing blogs. But this is where I started to work in this new concept of how can I create a more personalized experience even on my blog. So before you even get to any articles, you're presented with a huge canvas, and by huge, I mean like it's quite tall, right? Like it doesn't fit even on my screen. And there's a reason for that. I wanted to get your attention. Hey, this is an important spot of this blog design that I want you to focus on. And it says the actionable advice that you need. And the call to action says pick a category below to get approachable and actionable advice to help you grow your business. That's a clear call to action. Pick something. You've got 3 things to choose from. What do you need? And so these 3 categories, they're not just like random categories because I've blogged about them in the past. They work to support my main goal. The number one is make your website convert, right? That is what my whole business unique value proposition is about. I sell templates and I sell courses that help you make your website convert. So that's number 1, the most important thing I want you to see. If you want to learn about my tips and strategies behind this with design and copywriting, there you go. I've got it for you right here. You can click this button. It's going to populate articles that are specific to that, if that's what you want to learn. I've got tips and tools on small business. So people still want to come to my blog. My blog posts, even from 2015, 2016, are still very popular on marketing or, brand building and different concepts like that and tools that I suggest. So this is a main category for me because it's one of those connection building type of categories where the content really meets my ideal customers' needs and makes them feel like I am here to serve them. And then, which I am. And then my third category is show website design tips, and that helps to work to, support my secondary goal at this time, which is continuing to sell my website templates. So, if you were to explore the show website design category, obviously that's going to lead you to the fact that I sell templates, and it really just all kind of makes sense together. You'll see again, I added some authority building, some social proof with some as seen in logos. So hey, if you're going to click one of these categories and start learning, I actually do know what I'm talking about. And these companies, have either featured me on the stage or featured me in a webinar, or, I've been a guest blogger for them on these concepts to to help people even beyond my website. You scroll down, now it starts looking like a traditional blog. So you'll kind of see, like, think about your own website design. And when you think about your main goal, sometimes you do need to create these massive canvases to capture attention. But it's okay if you continue to use concepts that have worked in the past. So if you get down here and you're like, nope, not interested in clicking of any of this stuff, you'll keep scrolling, and now you're kind of entered into more of a traditional blog experience. But you'll see even here in my header, I reiterate these important 3 website tips, show it tips, business tips categories, because those are really where the meat and potatoes of my content that can help people are. And this mamahood category is introduced here because, that's a really personal thing to me. I talk a lot about being a mother and a business owner together and what that looks like. And so that's really a personal connecting category for people who are interested in that type of content as well. So you'll see it kind of scrolls into a normal blog experience, and you can kind of explore either way. You can choose if I'm going to click one of these and go to one of these categories that you have pre-selected for me, or if I want to just explore like a traditional blog experience. It allows you to kind of choose your own way of doing things. And you'll see if you click on any of these categories that I even create the personalized experience a little bit further by not just having a category name, right? Like, it explains what you're going to read here. If you read this, it says press play on in-depth advice to help you tweak or create your website that converts. And it goes on to explain what type of content you're going to learn here. So again, it's just creating, it's simple ways that you can create more personalized, more focused pages on your website that really help people connect the dots of why they are here, why they are looking at what they're looking at, and why it should matter to them. So that is the end of my tour for now, of the 2020 website. Remember, the 3 things that we talked about. Number 1, that your homepage needs to work to convert on your main goal right off the bat. So whatever that next logical step is to get somebody to do whatever it is you want to do on your website, whether that's buy from you or book you for a service, make sure that your homepage is working to do that. And it is okay to replicate calls to actions to the same exact spot, just like I did. The second point that was important is that we can now try to create more personalized experiences on our websites. You can use tools like a quiz, like I did, or, how can you think of a way to create a personalized experience for your ideal customer and make sure that they really understand who you are and what you do, and feel like you are talking directly to them and not 100 different people. And the third thing that I wanted to point out in this video is that blogging is not dead, but you can work to create a new blogging experience that can really be innovative and serve people in the way that they use the internet. Again, maybe even reiterating some of that personalized experience. So I hope this episode of the Conversion Lab was helpful for you. Pop a comment below on this blog post to tell me what you think, and if you've got any ideas that maybe I didn't share. So see you guys next time.